So then they're still in the early stages of pro-machination. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. King Laticon and his knights are taking steps to prevent it from reaching completion. Koister, Balehide is moving much quicker than we thought. This time he took over Nashira and the Cloud Vents at the same time.
You're quite right. The enemy is moving extremely fast. Quaestor, there's been word that he's already sent soldiers to Sadal Sood as well.
Sadal Sood. Gelderblame, what do you think of that?
It's a danger, sir. The Lord of Sadal Sood is away, and an Arivist named Rodolfo is after his title. Rodolfo is the sort you could easily wrap around your little finger were the deal sweet enough.
My guardian spirit seems to share that opinion. She's warning me not to leave Rodolfo to his own devices. Sagi, what does your spirit say?
He feels the same way, sir.
I see. Then you had better head for Sadal Sood. Make contact with this Rodolfo, and intervene if he seems likely to go along with pro-machination.
Understood.
I'm counting on you.
Yes, sir.
What's wrong? You look like you have something to say. Go on, let's hear it.
Quaestor, you know something about the Umbras, don't you? Shanath and Valara call them afterlings. And there was something about Malpercio.
Where did you hear this?
They were talking about it. And Quaestor, you said afterling yourself.
You mean when I called you in diadem? You first time.
So you do know something about them?
All right, I'll tell you. I suppose I shouldn't have waited this long. Do you know the story of the ancient War of the Gods?
You do? All I know is that it's some kind of legend.
It's not a legend. The War of the Gods really happened.
It's true. I learned about it in the School of Magic. Nearly 1,000 years ago, there was a war amongst the gods. I've heard a record of the war still exists.
That's right. The children of the earth who live in Dure recorded what happened. It began 1,000 years ago when the wicked god Malpercio rebelled against the other gods. He called forth a host of dark brethren, intending to remake the world as he saw fit. Soon the other gods were annihilated, the earth withered, and the world fell into darkness. The world would have been destroyed had no one intervened, but the children of the earth's ancestors stepped in. They defeated the wicked god and sealed away his power. Incidentally, have you ever wondered why the world's continents float in the sky?
I've always assumed that's the way it's supposed to be.
Me too.
A god's power keeps them aloft, namely the End Magnus in which Malpercio was sealed.
And Magnus.
The children of the earth's ancestors divided the wicked god's remains into 5 End Magnus and sealed one in each continent. Then they severed the continents from the tainted earth and used Malpercio's power to set them aloft.
What does this have to do with those monsters we saw?
Only part of Malpercio's body was sealed in the End Magnus. What do you think became of the rest?
Was it discarded?
That's right. After the wicked god was torn asunder, those pieces possessing the most power were sealed in the End Magnus, and the rest were scattered throughout the world so that the fiend could not revive. The Umbras you've seen are the discarded pieces of Malpercio. To be exact, they're living beings with the pieces growing inside. You see, the pieces have no real power until they live inside another creature.
So then Baten and Celsica were both carriers of Malpercio's remains?
Correct. The pieces alone could never have revived, but by latching on to a host, their 1,000-year yearning for life was fulfilled. When the pieces awaken is determined by the carrier's emotional state. Feelings of loss, of sadness, negative emotions cause the wicked god to surface.
Isn't there any way to save the carriers?
I doubt it. If the carriers knew who they were, things would be different. But they don't. Not until they've already turned into monsters. That's all I can tell you. Are you satisfied?
Yes, sir.
Then back to the task at hand. It's not much, but I prepared some new magnets. Take them with you.